Welcome to Build Your Foundations, our weekly dive into a topic regarding divorce, mediation, finance, or mental health. When you think about divorce, what is the first image that comes to mind? For me, it was always the courtroom with the lawyers battling it out for their clients, spouses accusing one another of the laundry list of wrongdoings. The truth is that going to court in this manner is just one of the ways that people can choose to go through divorce. This month, in the Basics of Divorce series, we will review the different types of divorce. This week, we will have a high overview of a few different ways you may navigate your own divorce. In the following weeks, we will do a deeper dive into each type of divorce and go over the pros and cons of each type to help you and your soon-to-be ex-spouse choose which direction you would like to take and for what is best for your family. So the first type of divorce, litigation. This is that scene on TV that we know of. Even divorce court is just that. A couple going to court to have a judge decide what their future lives will look like as the couple decides to duke it out on the silver screen. In litigation, a couple each hires an attorney on retainer to represent their best interest in the divorce. When you hire an attorney, it is not just one attorney who is usually hired, but the entire team. The main attorney, an associate who handles most of the work, a paralegal, and any assistants. This is why the cost can build up pretty quickly. This team will handle everything from filing every motion, request, and order to helping you strategize the best outcome for you. Every email, phone call, any contact with the team is billed. When you hire a litigator, they are hired to fight on your behalf, right, wrong, or anything in between. The goal is for you to win, equaling they have a win. Depending on who you hire, things can escalate with your soon-to-be ex-spouse's team very quickly and extend much longer than you had originally hoped for. The second type of divorce is collaborative. Collaborative practice is a more amicable way of divorce where both spouses are represented by their respective attorneys. In a collaborative divorce, there are normally 4 professionals who work with a couple. Besides the 2 attorneys, there is a mental health professional and a financial neutral professional. Each professional member of the team has been through hours of training to be a part of the collaborative group. Each professional member's goal is to help the couple come to an amicable and collaborative resolution to the divorce. Instead of going into a meeting with the intention to fight, all parties agree that the intention is to come up with a solution that works for both spouses. The financial neutral professional puts together the couple's balance sheet and will review asset division scenarios for the couple and their attorneys to negotiate and come up with a settlement that works for all parties. Sometimes other professionals may be hired to help out the team, such as a real estate professional, a forensic accountant, a co-parenting coach, as well as many others. If the collaborative process does not work out for the couple, by definition of the collaborative practice, the couple will need to start all over with new attorneys and new professionals. The third type of divorce is cooperative. A cooperative divorce may look similar to the collaborative practice, but may be more of a verbal agreement between the couple and the couple's attorneys to agree to work together for an amicable resolution. But if an agreement is unable to be reached, the couple are not obligated to start the whole process over with a brand new team as they would be in a collaborative practice. They can retain their current attorneys and move forward in preparation for litigation. Also, with a cooperative divorce, the attorneys may utilize a mediator to help facilitate the flow of the process of working out a settlement agreement, as well as hiring other professionals such as a financial neutral. So, the next type of divorce is ADR, or the Alternative Dispute Resolution Model. ADR may be required in the state you are divorcing in. In the state of Washington, where we are, ADR is a requirement prior to a couple deciding to go into litigation and meeting before a judge. Most divorces, I believe, the last number I had read was about 95% of divorces are resolved in some form of alternative dispute resolution. Working with a mediator, whether in a cooperative divorce or directly with the mediator and without attorneys, is one form of ADR. If your divorce situation is fairly amicable, you may be able to save time and money by working with a mediator instead of hiring two separate attorneys and their teams on retainer in hopes of reaching an agreement that works for all parties. Arbitration is another form of ADR. If mediation does not work, and as a last-ditch effort, an arbitrator can be hired to review your case and decide for you how things should be divided and your divorce processed. Another avenue accepted by the courts as an alternative dispute resolution is working with a divorce coach, a CDC. Most divorce coaches work as an advocate for one of the spouses, but there are divorce coaches who maybe were able to work as a neutral to help a couple through their divorce. Last type, pro se or do it yourself. The last approach is the pro se approach. You and your spouse decide on the asset division, spousal and/or child support payments, as well as parenting plan. You file all of the documents with the court without hiring attorneys to get involved. Many couples who agree to do a pro se divorce may end up hiring a financial neutral person to review the asset division scenarios to help the couple to come up with the most fair and equitable division of marital property. The couple may also choose to hire someone to help with the document filings, as it can be pretty daunting. Many courthouses have people who can help you fill out forms and direct you to which forms need to be filed. As you or your spouse start to think about moving forward with the divorce, know that there are options, and fighting in court is not the only option out there. You may be able to save money and lots of heartaches in the present and in the future by looking at other ways to end your marriage. Please join us next week on Build Your Foundations as we continue to dive into the basics of divorce and the types of divorce. Next week, we will do a deeper dive into litigation. Also, if you are considering separation or divorce or have any questions on what we talked about today, please reach out to us and schedule a free consultation. We would love to connect with you. Link and contact info are in the bio. Even if you're not in the state of Washington or in the Seattle area, please contact us. We work with colleagues across the US who may be able to help you. Also, please share this post or tag someone if this speaks to you personally or if it may benefit someone else. And lastly, if there is a topic that you would like for us to discuss in the future, please DM us. Thanks, and see you next week on Build Your Foundation.